And the third point is to let your kids solve their own problems. As a dad, especially with my firstborn was a little girl, and Jeff, I'm sure you can relate, right? You just ingrained in you. You want to solve your kids' problems. It's a natural reaction as a parent, right? But as parents, we have enough problems to solve. We all have enough problems to solve in this room, right? We go through the day, and sometimes it feels like you're walking through one problem to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. So we clearly have enough problems. We do not need to solve our kids' problems. And I changed my mindset on this to looking at my children's problems and realizing that every time that I allow my son or my daughter to solve their own problems, I'm giving them confidence to solve bigger and bigger problems. Right? And this is really important for their development. So I had this really cool experience. One of my coolest experiences as a dad happened about a month ago. I got to take my daughter to her first dance. It was this daddy-daughter dance. They hold it every year in Jacksonville if anybody's interested. It's put on by the Girls Incorporated, which is a local organization, kind of like the Boys and Girls Club. But it was awesome. It's kind of like prom, right? I got to take my daughter. She was dressed up. I put on a suit. We went to this daddy-daughter dance. There were about 1,000 people there. It was insane. It was at the Prime Osborne Convention Center. Like, it was like legit. And like, I was super excited to be there, not just because I was with her. And so we got there, we were on, had dinner, it was a plated dinner and all this stuff, huge dance floor, everybody was going nuts. And so we were out on the dance floor, and I danced more at this wedding than any other, or at this event than any other wedding I'd ever been to. I mean, my daughter would not let me sit down. We were just going all over the place. It was a blast. But then, we're in the middle of the dance floor, and this Congo line starts to form. And my daughter is 4.5. Most of the girls and most of the people at this event were older, right? She was definitely on the younger side. Most of them were, 8 or 10 or somewhere around there. And so this Congo line starts to form, and her eyes look over there, and she really wants to be in it. But the girls that are in the Congo line are bigger than her, and they're faster than her. And so the Congo line's coming next to her, and she tries to go and catch it, but she missed, right? She turns back to me, and she's got this kind of look on her face. And then the Congo line comes back around again, and she tries again, and she can't get in the line. And so she comes to me, she goes, "Daddy, they don't want me in the line." Immediately, tears just, from one end of the spectrum to the other, right? And now, I'm her date, right? You never want your date to be crying, So immediately, I'm like, all right, I gotta solve this problem. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I'll just go up and ask the girls. I'll pick my little girl up. I'll go, tap them on the shoulder. Can she join? And I stopped. And I said, "Bella, here's a problem. How are we gonna solve the problem?" You know what she says? "I'm not solving the problem." And I said, "Bella, there's certainly something we can do here. What would be a good solution?" "There's no solution." Crying. So I let it go for a little bit. And we went to a different part of the dance floor, and we were still having fun, having a blast, and all of a sudden, the dreaded Congo line forms again. Comes right next to us, and Bella tries again. And she comes back to me. And this time, instead of pouting, you know what she says? She says, "Daddy, give me your hands." I said, "Okay." She put my hands on the back of her shoulders. And she said, "Daddy, we're forming our own line." Yeah, wasn't that cool?
Yeah.
And we ran all the way around the dance floor, formed our own two-person Congo line, and it was awesome. It was awesome. The coolest thing about that to me was that my 4.5-year-old daughter figured out a much better solution than I would have figured out by myself. I truly wasn't even thinking that. I was so impressed. And now, routinely we talk about problems and solutions. And she now has the confidence to solve bigger and bigger problems every single time. I think it was one of the most impactful moments for her in her young development.